Hi everybody, and thank you for watching my video of my arrangement of White Christmas. I don't have it in tablature, but I wanted to share with you at least what I'm doing with the chord melody part that comes in the middle of the song, and maybe you can get some ideas. This is how it goes. 2, 3, 4, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. That's pretty. So I want to break that down for you, and we're going to walk through it very slowly because I don't have any charts, I don't have any visuals, just descriptions and showing you what's going on. So we want to remember that in chord melody, the melody note has to be the highest pitch, otherwise our human ears won't be able to decipher it and we'll just hear harmony, right? And the technique that I'm using with my right hand is what I call a block chord. Now let me show you. I'm going to make a D with my left hand, and I'm using my thumb, my index finger, and my middle finger, and I'm just plucking the G, C, and E strings at the same time, hence a block chord. Now you might wonder, well, why aren't I playing all 4 strings? Because the melody line has to be the highest pitch, and guess what string the melody line is falling on? It's falling on the E string. So the first part of this chord's melody, we're not going to play the A string because it's higher than the melody note, and we can't do that for a chord melody. So the right hand, I'm plucking like this, and you notice I'm not doing this. My motion is more like this, like a little grabby toy here. And of course we finger pick over the sound hole. We strum over the fretboard, but we finger pick over the sound hole. So I'm making a D with my left hand. Again, we're in the key of D. And here's our melody. I'm the next note, dreaming of except we're adding the chord. So we've got our D. Now we're going to do an E minor chord, but it's on the G, C, and E strings. And it looks like a D minor chord. So let's kind of back into this. Let's make a D minor chord. I assume we all know that. That's a D minor. And again, I'm just playing the G, C, and E strings. Now if I bring that whole form up 1 fret, which is also a half step. Here's our D minor. This is a D sharp minor or an E flat minor. 1 more fret, and that is an E minor. It's a little movable form. So let's put it together. We've got our D, E minor, back to our D. Now we're going to slide the entire D form down to the 1st fret. That is a C sharp. Oh, that's so pretty. And then slide it back up to the D. So what do we have? D, 2, 3, 4, E minor, D, C sharp, D. Let's try it again. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the next part, just a little tricky. We start off with now our E minor. So I'm going from a block chord to just plucking 2 notes. So let me show you what's going on. We've got now our E minor. I'm plucking all 3 G, C, and E notes. Now I'm moving the whole form 1 fret up, a half step again, but I'm only plucking the G and the E strings. And then I'm moving the whole form another half step and just plucking the G and the E strings. I'm not using my ring finger. It's just there so I don't have to think about it. So let me show you again. And you can milk it. You can add some artistry like like that. Okay, now we're going to talk about the second part of this chord melody, and the melody line switches strings. So now the melody is going to fall on the A string, and we love it when that happens. But we can still only play 3 notes. C, E, and A, because I'm not doing the whole chord form. And let me show you what's happening, and then we're going to break it down. Isn't that pretty? So now, we're alternating basically between a G and an A chord. So let's start off by just making a good old G. And if we slide that form up to the 4th fret, we have an A. Let's try it again. G, up to the 4th fret, A. Now we're going to change forms. And we're going to do a G chord by taking our index finger, placing it on the A string in the 5th fret, like so. And then with our middle and our ring finger, 7th fret, the C and the E strings. And that is a G. And you notice what I'm doing with my right hand is I'm just resting my thumb on the G string. I'm not playing it, I'm just ballasting my thumb there. So we have a G form. We slide that whole thing up to the 7th fret. Guess what? It's an A. And now we're going to go the other way, back to the G in the 5th fret. And then we change forms. A, G, D. Let's try that together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ba, 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 2, 3, 4. It really helps to hum along, sing along. Kind of helps get it into our bones. Let's try it one more time. 2, 3, 4. Ba, 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 ba. So there's just one more element in this chord melody, and it's like harmonizing the D scale with a certain chord progression. It's this. Oh, that's so pretty. So let's break it down. Let's talk about what's going on. We're starting off with our good old D chord, and we're going to our E minor. The difference here is that we can now play all 4 strings because we're not concerned about a melody line anymore. This is a harmonic embellishment, but it's not a chord melody. So we can play all 4 strings. So here's our E minor. Now, if I bring my index finger up to the 5th fret and do that, what looks like a D minor form, movable form, it becomes an F sharp minor. Now we're going to change forms in the 7th fret, and it looks like a D. And that's a really cool G chord. What it is, it's a G chord with an added second note in the scale, which happens to be an A. So it's really cool flavor. Isn't that pretty? So we have our G, E minor, F sharp minor, G. And you can block chord it, you can pick it, you can strum it, you can do all sorts of stuff with it. Let's try it together. 2, 3, 4. Again. One more time. By the way, you can go back down. Even though I don't do that in this arrangement, you can. And the neat thing about this particular chord progression is that if you're playing a song in the key of D, you can throw it in, and it's a really cool addition. So listen, thank you for watching. I hope this helps out, and enjoy strumming your ukulele. Thank you so much. Bye.